Because I'm on the book tour, I get asked all the time from people who want to get into the business. They ask me for advice. I tell them two things.
I heard an interview you did one time. I thought it was very, not prescient, but very insightful. As far as when Jerry and I were around, and Jerry was before me, but when I was around, there was no brand to create outside of WWE. We didn't have social media. We didn't have cell phones till later later in my career. Certainly didn't have the internet or anything. We didn't have any of that. Nowadays, you have that, and so that brand now is like a new WWE talent, or say a new wrestling talent. We use WWE and wrestling kind of interchangeable. Is a new wrestling talent. That brand now is going to become as important, it appears, as their brand that they have in wrestling, right?
100%. I get asked all the time, especially because I'm on the book tour, I get asked all the time from people who want to get into the business. They ask me for advice. I tell them two things. One, learn how to recover, because you're going to have so much fun doing this and learning. You're not going to want to stop. You're going to burn yourself out. You got to become a master at recovering, whether that's through nutrition, through getting more sleep, taking intelligent days off. And the other thing I tell them is build a brand. Because if you don't, and you have to adapt to this business, it's always changing. If you come into this business and you don't have a brand, you're going to be on a conveyor belt of fodder being chewed up in a meat grinder to all of the people that the company have a lot of equity in that they want to push. And you might not get a shot until somebody on a whim just decides, let's try this guy, or let's try this girl. I think that's what people are going to have to do moving forward in order to get a credible shot.
Yeah, and it's been the thing for years. If you want to get back to WWE, or you want to get pushed in WWE, create something of interest.
Yeah.
Whatever that is.
Yes.
Jesse Ventura left, in very bad terms, and all of a sudden he becomes the governor of Minnesota. All of a sudden he's back as the referee at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Brock Lesnar leaves. All of a sudden he becomes a UFC champion. Now all of a sudden he can write his own ticket, and he still can.
Yeah.
Same thing with Cody Rhodes. So many guys, can leave and come back, but it's important to not just leave. And what so many people do is, I'm just waiting on a call. If you're waiting on a call, that call may or may not come.
Yeah.
And it's not going to be the call you want. If you
Absolutely.
create something, it's going to be you're going to actually be able to negotiate from a standpoint of strength.
Absolutely. That's totally true. And everything you just said is just things that don't necessarily appear to be so clear and so evident when you're just breaking in and you're excited and enamored by everything. But that period has to come where you got to think like, you have to think like that. You have to be able to assess the field and proceed forward like that.